Hello guys, one very beautiful and cute boy entered the classroom. His friends see him and smile. Sobin, hello Mr. Rich, Ting chuckle Ting. Today also have planned to eat something. They chuckled and nodded. Ting, okay then tell me what you want to eat. Sobin tell his list and Ting ordered it behind. By the way, it's the reality and friends just use him for money and this Ting Ting don't know how his friend use him for money. Their professor come. Everyone stand up and say hello to Professor Momin. Hey, uh, in reality Ting is that much rich. So Ben yeah, and he think I am his friend, but he don't know I am not his best friend. Momin yeah, I know. So I mean when I'm hungry or not have money, so I just call him over intelligent bro. Both chuckle and professor you both stand up and get out of my class. Both shocked but they stand up and left from there behind. The lecture was over and Cheng also go home. Mrs. Kim, where is Taehyung? Jimin in university, Dad. Mr. Kim, go and call him. I want to talk with him. Jimin nodded and called Taehyung. Sometime later, he cut the call. Jimin, Dad, I call Hyung. He said he is coming. Mrs. Kim nodded. Mr. Kim, did you think Taehyung go with us in village? Mr. Kim nodded as no. Jimin, what, we are going somewhere? Happily asked her. Mrs. Jen was smiled and nodded. Jimin, where? Uh, Mrs. Kim, village. I know you always have planned to say village. Smile and said Jimin hurriedly nodded. Mr. Kim, so baby, tomorrow I have to go. So must be complete your packing in night. Jimin hurriedly nodded. Suddenly the door was open. Cheng entered the living room. Cheng, hello mom and dad. Both say hello Cheng. Dad, you call me? Jimin told you call me? Jimin told me Mr. Kim. Yeah, I want to talk with you. Cheng, yes, Dad. Please tell me what you want to say, Mr. Kim. Tomorrow we are going to attend marriage, so pack your stuff. Cheng nodded and he said, Cheng, but where we go? Asked Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim, village. Cheng eyes wide and Cheng, what? He hurriedly said. Mr. Jen nodded and said Cheng reaction. Mr. Kim, what happened with you, Cheng? Sorry, but I didn't come with you all. Jimmy looked at his elder brother and shocked. He feeling sad to see Cheng like this. Mr. Kim, I didn't ask you. You want to go or not? I'm just telling, giving you order. Ting eyes widening. But dad, you don't know about poor people. Mr. Kim, did you see my friend firstly? Ting nodded as no, Mr. Kim, so keep quiet. He sternly said, Jing shocked by his dad's actions. He don't say anything and left from there. Mrs. Jin, my dear, why are you sitting here like this? Go and pack your stuff. Jimin nodded and left from there. Night time. Mrs. Kim entered the room. She said, Taehyung peacefully sit on the bed and busy to using his phone. Mrs. Kim come close to him. Mrs. Kim, Taehyung son, did you pack your stuff? Taehyung, Mom, I don't want to go. Mrs. Kim, this time your dad is very angry, so it's better for you pack your stuff. Otherwise, he bans your credit card. Taehyung shocked. Saying, Mom, I'm amazed. We are billionaire and we are going to attend villager marriage. He said and looked other side. Mr. Kim Chung, if you didn't see these people, so I never want to give you permission to say something wrong about villagers. Chung, amazed by Mrs. Kim's reaction, she again said, Mrs. Kim, I told you last time. Otherwise, you know your dad very much. Said and left from there behind Ting shook his jaw and I don't want to go, he loudly said, but next moment he remembered what Mrs. Kim said. If he didn't come with us, so Mr. Jen ban his credit card. Next day, Mrs. Jen is busy to cleaning entrance of the house. Today Kim family was coming. Suddenly there one boy come. Mom, what are you doing? Mrs. Jen, nothing, Jungkook. Today some Kim family was coming, so I just want to clean whole house. Jungkook nodded. Mrs. Jen, where is Yoongi? Jungkook University. Okay, now I am going. He suddenly from the behind Mrs. Jen sees Jungkook back and smile. She think, Mrs. Jen, I know Jungkook today you are very happy because Chang was coming. She think and chuckle. Jungkook love Taehyung very much. Jungkook have one picture of Taehyung. In this picture, Taehyung ages 5 year old, and Jungkook 8 year old this time. Jungkook still have this picture, and he see Taehyung picture daily. Because Jungkook love don't stop his place. It's 17 years old love. How can his love story stop? And uh, time skip. Mrs. Jen called to Mrs. Kim. She tell her they just reach. So Mrs. Jen come out the house and start to waiting. Now there one car come and stop. Door open and they four come out the car. Mrs. Jen hug Mrs. Kim tightly. Mr. Finally you come. Mrs. Kim smile and both back to hug Mrs. Jen. Eyes get teary. Mrs. Jen. Then I think she don't like we come here. See, she is crying, so let's go back. She tried to tease Mrs. Kim. Mrs. Kim, the first shot at Mrs. Jen look at Jimin and Taehyung who come close to Mrs. Kim. Mrs. Jen, hey, your both sons are very beautiful. Mrs. Kim chuckled. Taehyung, Mrs. Kim, hey, hello, handsome. Yoongi chuckled. Yoongi is not that much talkative boy. But when Jimin look at him, he see Yoongi's small smile appear on his face. Yoongi, why are you all standing here? Please come inside. They all nodded. Yoongi eyes catch Jimin. But Jimin looking down and entered the house. Then they entered the house, staying shocked to see this house. He didn't imagine village houses that much beautiful. Mrs. Jen, Mrs. Kim Jen, your house is very pretty. Mrs. Jen smiled. Mrs. Jen, my Jungkook work hard and build this house. Jimin, Auntie, can I see your house? Cutely, Yoongi. Listen this voice. He looked at him, but Jimin, this time Jimin was busy to talking with Mrs. Jen. Mrs. Jen, yeah, sure, my son, you can sit, but first eat something. Then Jimin smiled and nodded. Mr. Jen, by the way, where is Jungkook? Asked to her. Mrs. Jen, he have work, so he go form. But don't worry, I call him. He told me he comes soon. Mr. Jen nodded. Mr. Jen, I am feeling very proud when I see Jungkook how much he work hard and without his dad. Mrs. Jen smiled. Yes, you are right, Uncle. I am also inspired for my Hyung. Mr. Kim chuckled. He asked to him, Mr. Kim, how's your study going, handsome? Yoongi, it's good, uncle. I am in last semester. After complete my study, I come city. Chingwesti is back on the couch. Back, Mrs. Jen. You all sit here. I am coming. She sat and went to kitchen behind Yoongi. Sat up in front of Jimin and sat beside Mr. Jen. Jimin see Yoongi hands. His breathe stop for a moment because Yoongi have many hands. Suddenly there Jungkook come. Jungkook, hello uncle. Mr. Jin look at Jungkook. He stand up and hug him. Yoongi smile to see both Mr. Jin. Hello young boy. Jungkook chuckle. Chang rolled. Where is Chang look up and see Jungkook. Chang rolled his eyes. But when Jungkook look at him, he smiled. Jungkook eyes filled with Jungkook in mind. Oh, this big smile. Jimin, you are Jungkook? Smile and asked him. Jungkook, yes, I am Jungkook. So he chuckled to Jimin, and I am Jimin. You know, last 30 minutes, everyone talking about you. Yoongi and Mr. Jin chuckled to Jimin answered. Jungkook Huh? Really? Tell me what they say. Jimin, nothing. They say you are a very hard worker, and this boy point to Yoongi. He is inspire you. Jungkook chuckled. Jungkook, really, Yoongi? Yoongi smiled and nodded, and he said to Jimin, Yoongi, by the way, my name is Yoongi. Jimin nodded. Now there Mrs. Jen come with some snacks. She about to serve everyone, but Taehyung stop her. Saying, Auntie, please don't this. You're elder than us. Wait, Jimin, come. Jimin nodded. He come close to Taehyung. Mrs. Son, it's okay. Mrs. Kim Chan, come sit. Taehyung give everyone to tea. She nodded and set her chair. Taehyung gave tea to Jimin and Jimin gave to everyone. He come close to Yoongi. Jimin, it's your tea. Sit and put out put cup forward to him, but Yoongi nodded as Yoongi gave Jungkook. I didn't drink tea. Jimin nodded and gave this to Jungkook. JK, now cutie, you are also drink tea. Jimin smiled and nodded. Sometime later, Mom, I'm feeling tired, so can you please tell me the way of my room? Miss Jen, yeah, sure. Second one is your room. Mrs. Jen. So Kim, you come here to complete your promise? Mr. Kim. First, I think I say no for this marriage, but when I meet with Jungkook, so I'm not able to say no for this marriage. Big smile appeared on Mrs. Jen's face, so he said, Mrs. Jen. So after 1 week later, they both get married. Jungkook uncle talk with Chang. If you want this marriage, then say yes. Otherwise, please don't. Mrs. Kim chuckled. Mrs. Kimson, you don't worry. Jungkook nodded, and now he also go to his room because he have some work and also want to change his clothes. Elders start to talking with each other, and now Mr. Jun going to talk with Taeyang. Let's see what he said. Taeyang is busy to unpack his stuff. Suddenly the door was open and Mr. and Mrs. Kim entered the room. Mrs. Kim closed her door. Taeyang, yes, Dad, why you come here? Mr. Kim, I come here for telling you. I fixed your marriage with Jungkook. After 1 week later, you get married him. Taeyang, Dad, please, I'm not in mood. Jung, I'm not in mood. Miss Jen, Mrs. Jen, your dad is serious. Cheng shouting. First, you told me come here. I don't say anything, but now I'm not. I know what is good for you or what is not. Cheng, no, no, Dad, please don't do this with me. I just come here for telling you. And Cheng, remember, don't create drama. He said and left from there. Behind Cheng looked at Mrs. Jen cheerily, but she also left from there. Mrs. Kim not Young friends use him, and his friends is not good. He just want and get married to Jungkook and married to Jungkook. Just started rolling his eyes. Time skip. Mm. After 1 week later, Taeyang going to marry. After 1 week later, Taeyang going to marry with Jungkook. He talk his dad, but Mr. Kim doesn't ready to listen him. After this marriage, Kim family also go city, and Taehyung want to go with us, but Jimin is busy to talking with some guests. But suddenly there Yoongi come. Yoongi Jimin turn his side. When he turned his side, Yoongi shocked to see him because Jimin wear purple colored dress looking very beautiful, and he did apply makeup. Yoongi forget why he called him. Jimin feel Yoongi look at him, so he feeling shy and looking down. Jimin, yes, Yoongi, listen Jimin voice and come to reality. He say, Yoongi, oh, I call you because uncle have to go back city, so they start the marriage. Can you please go and tell Tian come? Jimin smile and nodded. Jimin, okay. Happily said and left from the behind. Yoongi chuckled to see this beauty. And now Yoongi Jungkook looked at him, was standing on the stage and waiting to take. Jungkook's eyes was stuck on main door. When he want to see Taehyung, but when Yoongi call him, look at him, Yoongi, Yoongi, today you looking very beautiful. Mean to say handsome. Jungkook smiling, thank you, my bro. Yoongi, I just want to now you always stay happy with Taehyung. Jungkook, thanks for good wishes. Yoongi have planned to teach Jungkook nothing. Then I make food. He said make Yoongi laugh. Now the door was open and Taehyung entered the hall. Taehyung wear a fully white colored dress, looking very beautiful. When Jungkook see Taehyung, he feel like everything stopped. Welcome to what text? What? Huh? What I write? All is empty. There is no one, and mm, and Jungkook come to reality and see Taehyung is waiting. So Jungkook hurriedly come down. He held Taehyung's hand, make him stand up on the stage. Jimin say this beautiful couple, Jimin in mind. I hope Hyung realize soon how much Jungkook Hyung loves him. He think and smile. Other side, Yoongi look at Jimin with his hurt eyes. Mm, uh, uh, Taehyung in mind. One day you come to me and tell me by yourself, leave me. He think, but Taehyung don't know anything about Jungkook. He even didn't see the trailer of Jungkook Love. Now he looking now. Priest said Chang's looking down and closed his eyes. But Jungkook, but Jungkook kneeled down and softly says, "You know what I want to say, you all." Jing shocked to see Jungkook. Now everyone started clapping for the newly couple. Ting think he hates Jungkook, not his family, so he behave everyone normally, but not Jungkook. Of Jungkook, mercy Jungkook. And now it's the last text of this marriage. Mm, so, but I don't want to read it. But still, now dear Mr. and Mrs. Kim come both hug to Taehyung, but Taehyung didn't look at Po Jung. Taehyung, don't talk with me, Mrs. Kim. Taehyung handle everything your relation to, and now we are going. Taehyung look up with teary eyes. Come on the stage. He stand beside Jungkook. Jimin, come on the stage. Hug Taehyung tightly. Jimin, Hyung, I miss you a lot. Taehyung also Taehyung, my dear, don't cry. Jimin back. Jimin, please don't think about money, please. He said and left from there. Jungkook, I think we should also go. Yoongi nodded and Jung entered the room because Jungkook's friend stopped to Jungkook. So they started talking with Jungkook. So that's why Taeyang come this room lonely. He stand up in front of the mirror. By the way, this room is pretty. No? He begged but turned aside and pushed Jungkook. Jungkook fell on the Jungkook. He said and again stand up. Taehyung, I don't want to marry you, but my dad, me too. Mary. Like you rolled his eyes, Jungkook feel everything get finished. Jungkook, so it's better for you stay in your limits. Don't you dare to touch me. Jungkook don't say anything. He lay on the couch and turned his side behind. Taehyung shocked. He thinks Jungkook scolded him because he Jing also lay down. Jungkook feared this moment a lot, but Jung done everything. He don't know how much Jungkook Wait this moment. And now, in my how can I forget I am villager and he is the son of billionaire. I buy picture locket for you, but Jungkook, he don't like you touch him and you think he wear this locket. One night Jungkook just think how he spent night one night. Jungkook just think about him, but now Taehyung is in room, but still he never. One night Jungkook didn't. Uh, mm, what I say? Taehyung don't say anything. Jungkook, if you don't want to marry me, so why you didn't say no for this for to your dad? Asked Taehyung, I told you my dad, Jungkook. But if you told me one time you are not happy for this marriage, so I said no. Oof, Jungkook say loudly. Only 5 minutes are left. So now the next text is Taehyung flinched by Jungkook's sudden loud voice. This time Taehyung don't have answer, so Jungkook went to. When he come back, he see Taehyung still standing in front of the mirror. Jungkook picked his phone or wallet and about to go, but Taehyung tell him something, so he stopped. After 6 months, give me. Jungkook, really? You think I give you? Think you give me one day, Jungkook. You don't know me. One day you come to me and tell me by yourself you're starting to loving me. Things start to laughing and nodded as no. Jungkook, let's see. He sat and left from there. He think I love him. Never ever. He rolled his eyes and think, but now he also go downstairs because now he feeling hungry. Taehyung come downstairs. He see Mrs. Jen waiting to him. Taehyung come close to Mrs. Jen. Taehyung, hello, my dear Mr. Mom. Where is Yoongi? The end to be continued. Hope you all like it. Bye bye.